How do we know if evolution is true? Question 3, why does anything evolve? Why not just stay as is? Question 4, how did domesticated animals evolve?
A question posed by one of our students, and the question is, how did domesticated animals evolve? So, what do you guys think?
So what you're asking is, how did domesticated animals evolve? Well, I learned this theory from someone that let's say dogs. Dogs kind of originated from wolves, right? Sometimes, sometimes the wolves were domesticated by tribal people, and then that's how domesticated dogs came to be.
Oh.
So what you're trying to say is that domesticated animals, well, for example, you said dogs came from wolves because of. I'm sorry, I didn't really understand what you were trying to say.
So I said, domesticated dogs came from their ancestors, the wolves, who were first domesticated by tribal people, and then, yeah.
You were trying to ask her how she thought cats were domesticated, but I want to talk about something that you had previously said, that dogs evolved from wolves, and I think that the reason that they did is because of, well, basically evolution. Variety plays a role into evolution because it just so randomly happened that, like, it just happened that, like, certain animals were made kind of like they're the same animal, but they were kind of made differently than all the rest. So when that when that certain animal goes on to mate, then more of that same kind of animal happens. So like wolves with like dogs and stuff. I don't know how to say it, but okay, here's a like example. So there was a certain type of butterfly, right, called the peppered butterfly, and peppered moth. Okay, and basically, peppered moth came in varieties. It could have the dots on the wings might be more than some. So one peppered moth might have less dots on their wings. So if they continue to mate with more butterflies like them, there'll be more of them, and eventually almost all of the butterflies will have dots, like less dots than others.
So what you were trying to say is that at Khan Academy video, there was they said something about the flu and how like the immune system, it has a way of remembering what kind of virus and how to fight it. And because, for example, there was like one dot on the virus, and eventually there would be like this one virus that would change and end up having 2 dots, and that 2 dots would be different from the rest, so they'd have a much better chance of getting the person or the thing sick. So it's almost like the virus changed for itself, and it changed everything around it as well.
I'm gonna pause.
So I
I
wanted to challenge you because you had said that the virus almost changed for itself, but actually it's a random change. It's not like the virus wanted to become like that. So it's actually a random change, and that's why it happens. It can't just say like, oh, since I don't want to be detected, I have to change so that the white blood cells won't detect me. It has to, it's just a totally random.
Isaiah didn't talk as much, but he was listening and giving eye contact.
Oh, he's giving eye contact. Good one. Sean, could you give us what you noticed from the outside?
I don't.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Know that apes and humans are connected without evidence of common ancestors. I think that they know because there is actually evidence. People have found eerily similar skeletons to the human skeleton, and around some parts on the planet. They got curious about it, that they thought some guy died there, so they take the bones and they analyze them, but they realize that it's really old. It's a fossil. But then they question themselves, why does it look like a human? So they keep on analyzing it. They keep on studying and studying and studying until they eventually get to a conclusion that was probably our ancestor. Like you see, like example, this skull. You see that skull? You see how it looks very similar to a human's? That's evidence of a common ancestor.
So I'm not like saying that I disagree. I'm just saying like, can you explain that a bit more about how like, I agree that like that looks like a human skull, but I'm saying that like at that time, how would we know if we didn't have like that much technology or like how?
So what you're trying to say is basically how do the scientists know that it's actually our common ancestor, basically? Well, they're not 100% sure. That's why it's still being studied. No one's 100% sure, but they're pretty sure. It's besides looking so similar to the human skeleton, they have to go way deeper besides just analyzing the outside of it. Like they have to look at some of the DNA that's still in the bones and stuff, try to compare it to ours, or maybe even like a modern day ape, which is why it's so difficult. So we're basically not 100% sure, but it's really possible.
So basically what you're saying is that scientists have an idea that we're related to apes, but they're not 100% sure. What I have to say is that what you were saying about the DNA, scientists have done DNA tests on apes and humans, and the results came back 98.9% positive, so we're 98.9% related to them. So.
Remember, you should cite your evidence.
Okay.
So
Once you get it.
you said that we are 98.9% related to apes. I would like to know how you got that information. I believe, no, I believe him, but I just want to know where you got that information.
So you're respectfully disagreeing with me? No? You want to know? Well, me and my dad, we talk about this stuff all the time, and so he showed me this article, and I forgot the name of something.
Oh, you have to say
So what you're trying to say, Matthew, is that the butterflies, oh, all right, that the moths, they wanted to evolve. That's what you're saying? No, because I remember what you first said. You were like, they wanted to evolve. You said they wanted to evolve to survive.
I said creatures can't evolve because they want to.
Thank you, Isaiah. You and Isaiah agreed with me. That's what you said. And I wanted to challenge that. I'm trying to challenge it respectfully, but you keep... No.
I did miss wording. That has nothing to do with this project.
So I want to challenge, and I want to say how... Stop talking. And I want to say how you do not... You don't have a choice to evolve. You can't you're short. You can't tomorrow. You can't just be like, I'm gonna grow, and then you're like 6 feet tall. That's not possible. So I just wanted to tell you that. Yeah, it's not a choice to evolve. It just happens.